Aquarius. Hey. Uh, 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 Aquarius. What's up, my beautiful Aquarius? Welcome back to the channel. It is your weekly message, Aquarius. Now, this message is going to hit a little different this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you like to book me for a personal, make sure you guys check me out on my website at thebettyspalace.org. Now, Aquarius, you are supposed to be with somebody, but their love of money could be blocking, okay, success and a connection, okay? Somebody is letting their job use them as a puppet. Okay, and I won't say that this is your fault, but what I will say is they like nice things. They also could want to or have a strong desire to provide a certain type of lifestyle for you. Okay, is what this is telling me, Aquarius. So, yeah, oh my God, somebody is in the process of reevaluating what's more important to them, this relationship or their job. Okay, they're having to make a decision. Okay, this person kind of feels like they cannot afford to forfeit their career right now to build a stronger connection, even though the guides are cautioning this person to work on the connection. The money will come. Okay, this is a gift to you from the universe, but I also feel like a part of this person feels like they need to go so hard to help you maintain a certain type of lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, Aquarius, some of y'all are high maintenance. Somebody's name could be Alethea. I heard April. Randy could be significant. Sarah. Somebody's name is Annalise. Okay. I feel like the third party situation here is the job. Okay. I do feel like somebody kind of feels like you giving them an ultimatum. Either they have to choose you or focus on their career. They kind of feel like love is a trap, though. Okay. And a part of them desires to be independent. They don't want to be codependent on love or connection. I do feel like this person lacks emotional intelligence. They also could have a one-track mind where for them they need to focus on one thing at a damn time. Okay, could be the memo for this person, Aquarius. Yeah, King of Swords could be a Libra, Pisces, Aries. Shit, that's here. Okay, they're very pessimistic. Okay, they also lack integrity. Okay, not intelligence. I would say they could lack emotional intelligence. Okay, I feel like they're very logical, but they're not in tune with their emotions at all, is what this is showing me. It could be another Aquarius or Gemini as well. An Aries or Scorpio could be here. Okay, but what's gonna end up happening is this person is not realizing that if they forfeit a divine connection for a temporary placement in the workplace, it's a lose-lose situation for them. Okay? They're going to be established, but they'll never find that unconditional love again, even if they go searching for it. And I do feel like if they leave this out in the cold to focus on their career, when they are trying to make their way back, there will be no space for them. God. Okay. Um, Yeah, Pisces or Virgo could be significant. This could also be impacted. This is a huge decision for this person to make because they've never given their heart away to anybody before. They could be used to living the bachelor or bachelorette's lifestyle. Okay? But it's something about you that's really tempting. Okay? You tempt the hell out of this person. A Leo could be significant. Okay? But I do feel like even though they're tempted, they're not showing up in the energy that they should show up in for you right now. Okay. Please take what you get from this. If you like to book a personal, again, check me out at thebaddiespalace.org. So let's go ahead and talk about your finances. All right, this is supposed to be like a little teaser. If you need more information, go ahead and reach out. Okay. So let's see. When it comes to finances this week for my beautiful Aquarius, what must we know, Spirit Team? What must we know when it comes to the finances for my beautiful Aqua gang? An artist, a true artist lives their art. Let your life be your canvas and you will create your greatest masterpiece. A lot of you guys are done working hard, okay? You could be using your creative side. Some of you guys have like these little gifts that you have that you know could possibly make you some money even if it creates some type of passive outlet for an income. You guys could knit, you could sew. Some of you guys can make candles, you grow plants. I heard a herbalist. You live a holistic lifestyle. You guys are fitness freaks, okay? You would do good at traveling or planning some type of event. Some of you guys could be traveling for work or relocating for work, or you have an offer to consider about doing such. Okay, if you are an entrepreneur, you guys could be expanding your horizons when it comes to your business, Aquarius. All right. I do feel like at times you struggle to figure out what you'll gain the most out of. I do feel like you are on a path right now with your resources or your finances where it's not all about money for you. I feel like you kind of got burnt out with working for just money and you want to do something that you are passionate for. A lot of you guys are embarking on a creative journey, okay? Or this is a week where you start brainstorming for such. All right. Some of you guys could be wanting to write a book. All right. Use AI, do some recipes, creating content. Somebody could be wanting to open up a storefront, okay, or like a little restaurant. Some of you guys could be teachers, okay? You have the natural ability to impart knowledge and guide others towards their inner light. Okay, if you are a teacher, I heard that you guys would do good with some type of passive resources on the side, like tutoring or, you know, making a building a community with single parents where you can offer some type of service or something like that. Working with children and elders is your strong point, Aquarius. Also, a lot of you guys are healers, okay? Reiki healing, hosting classes would be a great thing to do. All right. So when it comes to love, this week, Aquarius, what does Spirit want to tell you? When it comes to love, my beautiful Aquarius, let's see what Spirit wants to tell you this week. Hmm. Faded. There's a faded connection here. Okay. And I feel like a part of you might want to just shake some sense back into this person, but I feel like it will make you feel overstimulated. A lot of you guys, you and your person could be feeling overstimulated this week with a connection. All right. But life is the greatest teacher. Okay. I do feel like you've matured a little bit faster than the person that you've been dealing with, Aquarius. And it is not your job to teach them how to responsibly show up in a connection. If they don't want to, you have to let them. Okay? But the good news is this person is going to get it right. I do feel like your connection could be tested. Why do I feel like I tell y'all this shit all the time, Aquarius? Your connection being tested? Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. The connection is being tested. Okay. Because this person is not being real with themselves. Okay. I do feel like they want to take some type of risk, not to go towards somebody else, but with their career, they could actually sabotage the connection. And they thought about all the possibilities, even them being sick about losing you or possibly losing you. Okay, but they're wearing a mask. They're afraid, but they also feel pressure to make a choice. Okay, for their own personal lives that they know could affect the connection. All right, so let's get some advice from Spirit. What would Spirit like to say to you about this particular connection, Aquarius? What would Spirit like to say to you, Zalin? Two of Wands. Okay, there's some plans being made for a new beginning. Your person that you're dealing with is quite selfish when it comes to love. Okay? And I feel like there's only so much you can do. You have to let things play out because this is a situation that is kind of out of your control. Okay? You're going to have to let things play out. And unfortunately, this could end up being a tower. I feel like more so for your person than you. All right? They'll find their way back to you, but you have to let things play out. Okay? I feel like the universe gives you messages because you are divine, because you are chosen. However, everybody is not able to receive the information at the same time. And this could be a lesson that you're learning this week when it comes to love, Aquarius. Okay? Yeah, so what's the outcome of you and this person this upcoming week? Let's see what the outcome is. Ten of Pentacles. Them deciding, okay, that they need to reevaluate how they're showing up. There could be a little disappointment here this week because they're going to decide to make some type of move. Okay, but don't let it burden you because you already knew this was coming. You already know how it's going to play out. It's easy to say don't let it burden you, but for some of y'all, it could bother you because you already know how it's going to turn out. And this person is just hard-headed. They won't listen, but you cannot save them. Save yourself. Amen. All right, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and get into a quick you versus them before we close out this video. Again, don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button, okay? If you like to book me for a personal message, check me out at thebaddiespalace.org. Okay. All right, now, Aquarius. If you are dealing with an Aries, what's the T for this week? Speculation, chasing a quick gain. They definitely could be in a collective. They could be deciding to choose money or their career over the connection for now. Okay, if you're dealing with a Taurus, they kind of got the same energy. I feel like there's no negotiation. This person already made up their mind that they love you, but for them at the moment, love is on the back burner. Okay? If you're dealing with a Gemini, they are praying about how to handle this connection. Okay? If you're dealing with a Cancer, they do feel like love is a trap. Okay? Even though they got deep feelings for you, they do feel like love is a lie. Okay? If you're dealing with a Leo, they gonna be on your ass. They on your line. They want to talk to you 24/7. Some of y'all, they might be at work all the time, but they expect you to still show up for them. Be mindful of this energy. All right. If you guys are dealing with a Virgo, they feel like love locks them down. They like their freedom. So Virgo might try to break free because they feel smothered by your love. Okay. I do feel like Libra likes attention, but they don't want you to get the attention. They get the attention, you show them the love. Hello? Ooh, child. Ooh, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, they could be complaining about your social media or the attention that you get online. Be very mindful of this energy, Aquarius. Okay? If you are dealing with a Sagittarius, Aquarius, I see you and this person getting married. They made up their mind that they gonna lock your fine ass down. Okay? If you're dealing with a Capricorn, small offering, they want to make you an offer of commitment, but it's small. So it's not something to get too excited about. It's kind of like they want you to work or have faith that things are going to change. Be very careful with that energy. Okay? If you're dealing with another Aquarius, this is destiny. Okay? You guys are meant to be together. All right? They love it there. And last but not least, if you're dealing with a Pisces, Casanova, they got holes. I think this is like the second reading, okay, that Pisces got holes. All right, so be very mindful of this energy. I love you guys so much, Aquarius. Until next time, bye.